Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Redneck Ways. How you guys doing out there in YouTube land? Well, I hope y'all said fine and dandy. Guys, it's 20 minutes after midnight. And I thought that I was going to tinker around with this old radio a little bit before I go to bed. Before I go get some shut-eye. And thought I'd invite you guys to come along for a little while. I'm not really going to do much tonight. I'm going to check this capacitor. The last few nights I've been rewiring it. These wires in this thing is horrible. Right here's one. See how brittle? So I've just been going through and changing it all. I'm putting them all back black, which, you know, it ain't no. I don't think anybody else is ever gonna be back in this radio. So, and it's really, you know, when you work on these radios, it's not color coded anyway. So yeah, I'm putting it all back black. And it's starting to look a little bit better over here in this corner. I found out pretty much where everything is with the schematic, where everything goes. There's one or two more things I gotta look a little bit more. One thing I did notice, this had a big I think it was like a 16,000 ohm resistor that went from here over here, and it's not here, and it was never on this radio. So I've got to look at it up, see. It may have been for the batteries, and like in the last video on this radio, I told you guys who the last owner, he took out all the wires for the DC. Here's one. Right here's where a few of them are supposed to go. But anyway, what I was going to do in this video, guys, is I'm going to take these this capacitor out. These two capacitors. I'm going to take these out, and then we're just going to test it on the capacitor checker and see. I know they're bad, but I want to see how bad. So I got to get these out. So I got to unsolder a few things here. So let me do that real quick. We'll put you guys up on Sky Vision. Y'all ain't been up there for a while. Alright, guys. Oh, what was that? Stepped on something here. So let's get busy. I gotta get these capacitors out. And I'm gonna take these off. That didn't need it coming off anyway. It looked like it was touching. That could have been a reason why the chassis was hot. If you guys missed the last video on this old Zenith, it's a 5G-500. It's a universal Zenith, the 1940s. And this was my first radio, and I blew two tubes in it because the capacitors were bad. And I went to change the capacitors myself. It was the first time I ever started working on radios, and I just kind of, you know, I didn't get it right where I didn't know what I was doing. So that's where we're at. We're trying to get the thing back up and going. And then when I got back into it, I noticed how bad some of these wires were and stuff. So alright, so we got these unhooked. That should be ready to come out. So I already had these out a long time ago, and I put them back in with screws. So we're just taking these back out. I probably, which I know these are bad. I was getting ready to say if these are bad, I'm going to try to re-stuff, but I know these are bad. So when I order filter capacitors, I'm going to try to use these and just re-stuff the cans, because there's really not enough room underneath. I mean, I can make room, but it would look better if I can get them in here. Let's pull this up, and there's that. So what I need to do, guys, I need to clean these up. So I'll do that off camera. I'm gonna get all these points, all these connections cleaned up from solder. So let me set this aside, and I will be right back, and we will do that. We'll Alright, I guess I need to tell you what we're going to do. We're going to check these capacitors. Let me put these screws back in here so I don't lose them. They fit pretty good. If I don't, I'll lose them. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. Well, I could probably do it on film. That's alright. I just need to clean it up. Because this ain't going to be a super long video. I just wanted to keep you guys up to date with this old radio. We'll go all the way through it. Hopefully, we'll have a good playing radio here in a little while. I just need to clean all this stuff up. And that's going to be tough. I need my box. Let me pause it for a minute. Alright. Now let's try this again. I just need to get all this solder off this. I can tell it's late. I am dropping everything. Yeah, it's one big old solder blob. But it has to be clean. But I mean, I've already found 2 reasons that could have been because it made the chassis hot. All these little wires are just hanging in there. I can't. Alright guys, this is going to take a couple minutes longer than I thought, so let me get you guys back here in 1 second. I don't want to bore you all no more than what you're already going to be with this video. Alrighty guys, I got it all cleaned up. Right here, I don't know if you can see that right there is a triangle, and there's a little square here. So you look over here on your can, 40 at 150, and it's the square. So the square will be our 40 microfarads, and then our 20 will be our triangle, and then the can's negative. So we're going to test this. I can't remember if I took this out and already restuffed it. I may have. It's been a couple years, guys. So we'll put it on the tester and see how it does. Before we get started on testing those, guys, I want to show you guys a little something here. It's nothing big at all. Nothing big at all. But it's just a little something special that I found. And maybe you guys do this too. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just nuts. But I found this this little Tiny Toon box. And it opens up. And I sit there, and anytime I see Looney Tunes or anything, especially Taz, I think of my brother. My brother loved Taz, and my favorite was always Bugs Bunny. But anytime I see the Looney Tunes, I get those really happy thoughts of my brother. I don't get to see my brother very much at all. He lives about 2.5, 3 hours away, and he's a nurse, and he stays busy, and plus he's raising a family, so I don't get to see him very much at all. But I always remember, there's always a good memory when I see something like that. And then that was sitting on the table, and then when I opened it up, I even got a bigger surprise. There we go. Open this up, and I don't know if you guys know who these little characters are. They're the Powerpuff Girls. And my daughter, which she's 24 now, she absolutely loved the Powerpuff Girls when she was just little. So, just for 50 cents, I just got a whole bunch of memories unlocked. That, you know, if it wasn't for this, I wouldn't have thought of all those great times today of my brother and my daughter. So, It's just these little things. Like I said, it was only 50 cents. Nice little thing. Keep stuff in, but other than that, you know, it don't probably hold no much, you know, to anybody else, but it sure jogged my memory. Alright, guys. On to testing these capacitors. And I apologize for the air, guys. It's just been super hot. Alright, guys. I haven't turned this old machine on for a while, so hopefully she still works. Let's get her leads. Here's our ground. Here's our positive. Hook this to the ground. And we'll start with the 40. This thing ain't closing up very good. Must have got stepped on or something. There we go. We'll do the triangle first. I think, what was that? 40 microfarads, the triangle. 20 microfarads. So let's turn this on. Leakages. I've got a different capacitor checker here. I missed my old one because it was just simple. It pretty much, you just hook the wires up and it would tell you if it's good or bad. You didn't have to do much. This one's a little complicated. So, leakage test voltage. So we'll put that up to 100. Let's turn it on. It takes it a minute to come on. And what did we say? It was a 20. Let's see. We're on discharge right now. This is a paper mica. No. Capacitors. We need ultralevels. Let's see here. Our power factor, we'll put it in about 30. Alright guys, we'll do a leakage test. Now on this one, I have it on, it says paper mica. So I think that's where we're at. I got it on the 20. The light's still, let me see, let's turn it up a little bit. Power factor. We got the voltage going on that 20, but it's not opening. It gets a little brighter there, but the eye is not opening up. Let's turn that power factor up to 40. I'll turn the leakage test over here. Let's turn it up. It ain't opening. So let's turn the power factor up to 50. It's still not open. Maybe I did change these caps, guys. So let's go to discharge. We discharge this cap. Now let's switch this over to the 20 microfarads. No, this is the 40. I just changed it to the 40, guys. I'm sorry. So let's turn our dial here to 40. There we go. Let's turn this back up to Ooh, they got bright. We got our power factor at 30. So let's turn this leakage vote up, see what it does. The eye just got brighter, but that's it. It didn't open up. When they're bad, it opens up. Oh, it just opened up. It opened up right around 100 volts, if that's right. You see it, guys? So that was definitely bad. I don't know if you can see how that eye. That was bad, for sure. So let's discharge it. Let's take this back to 20, and we'll check that other one more time. Back to 20. Okay. Now let's turn it back on. Alright, there we go. Now it's opening up. It's opening up about 100 volts, and this is 150, so it's leaky. If it's leaking at 100 volts, right there, it's when I get to 100, it starts leaking. So we kind of knew that the capacitors were bad. I hope y'all can see that. I don't think you could. I should have looked back here, but anyway, let me discharge this. I'm sorry guys, I didn't take it very good. Discharge. And let's turn this off. I kind of understand my capacitor checker a little bit better. So we definitely got to change those at 20 and at 40 microfarad, which I was hoping maybe not, but it definitely has to be changed. But we could continue to get it rewired while I order those. That's always the bad thing about it. You gotta kind of take a break on things when you find things wrong with them and order them. You just can't go to Walmart or something and get capacitors. Guys, does DigiKey, do they sell capacitors? I've been wondering that for a while. I've never been to DigiKey. We don't have one here in my town. Anytime I'm in a town that it is, I don't think of it to go check it out. Alright guys, I'm getting tired. It's 5 to 1. I was gonna replace this wire tonight here with you guys, but I think I'm just gonna call it a night. I got what I needed checked tonight. That's what I really wanted to do, see how bad those capacitors were. See, we got to change all of these. All these caps got to be changed. The ultraletics, this has 2 ultraletics in it, and then we got 2 more here. So there's a lot of capacitors going to change. And I'm glad I figured out where a lot of these resistors go. And that was with the schematic. And then I found a really nice clear picture of the bottom of one of these. And it was really nice and wired here. It wasn't all jumbled up, so it helped me out too with a couple. That's where I found that 1600 ohm resistor was missing off of here. I'm thinking it's either for the battery part of this radio, or it was a bleed off resistor. I don't know. Like I said a minute ago, we'll have to look more into that. Alrighty guys, just thought I'd update you all what we're doing with the old Zenith. Just checking capacitors, rewiring it. she needed rewired. If she's going to continue to operate in this old world, she's got to be up to fit for it and safe. Alrighty. I am tired. I am going to sleep good. Guys, I hope everybody's doing good and everybody's doing well. And I hope everything's going your all's way. And until the next one, I'll see you right here at Redneck Ways. Bye, guys.